The internet's the worst thing ever. It's actually the worst thing ever. We're going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi just in case. There we go. And now I just get to hang out here until people come and find me. 6 of you have found me. Hello, Sarah. I don't know why. Ugh, the internet is so far. Did you do it? You're just sitting here shaking. Maybe it's your fault. Yeah, is it your fault? She's just, you all found me. Hey, Trudy joined us. Hello. Oh, good. I saw my mother-in-law pop in. Now, of course, the problem with that was I missed half of your comments because I was still up at the closer to the top of the comment section. I lost me, but I don't know. It said that my connection got lost and then it wouldn't reconnect. I still had access to the chat, but not to the stream. So I don't know what the heck happened. I have no idea. But if that happens in the future, in the middle of my live, odds are I still keep blacking out. Seriously? What the heck? I don't understand. Colette, it's your fault. Gosh. I'm glad you're here, Colette. I don't know why. And now not my phone. Where's a little thing that I can like prop my computer up on? Let's see, because now it's like making weird noises, which is never a good sign. Hang on. Let's see if I can, like the fan is on, There. Let's see. Okay. Fingers crossed. We'll see how this goes. What I was saying was I'm having nerve problems today, and I don't know what I did. I don't know if it's honestly from holding this phone because this phone is heavier than my old one. I don't know if it's just a new symptom that's showing up, but I literally feel like I whacked my funny bone and like the after tingle, it's not like pain, but it's like the nerve is tired and the after tingle and like you're just a little bit numb. That's what I feel like. And like the fact that it's in my elbow is really bothering me. So if I'm like moving around and doing weird things with my hand, I'm trying to figure out how to get comfortable because right now I'm not, but I don't know what to do about it. So it's fine. So good. Everybody appears to have, well, some people have found me. I'd be very interested in seeing the spoon article. So it wasn't an article. It was literally just an image, but I'll have to like post it in my stories or something. But it was really interesting. And just the fact that it costs you a spoon to get up in the morning, I was like, well, no wonder I hate it. Like I can lay there in bed, like energized, but like the thought of getting out of bed is what kills me. I'm like, I just don't want to. And now it makes sense. Like, that's actually a thing. Good to know. I don't know. Good to know. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's been on my mind, my weight, on my plate, it happening in my body. Can weather cause it? I have RSD nerve pain greatly affected by weather. I mean, the weather has affected my disease in a way that I've never experienced before here in Minnesota. And like, it literally, like, it's not debilitating, but like for me, for somebody with my disease, I'm very go. Like you would hardly know there was anything wrong with me. And the way I like to explain it is like my dial gets turned up to 10. Like if I'm on, great energy, great, feeling pretty strong, feeling pretty balanced and everything. Let's say that's a 10, right? And like I can have off days or maybe some days I'm a 7 or a 6, whatever, but like my max is 10. I feel like this weather takes that dial and my max is only like a 6. And like, so like I don't have anywhere above a 6 to go is kind of how it's been feeling. And it's weird. And that's never happened to me before. So I'm sure the cold has something to do with it. My fingertips are very, very cold. Last night, I ended up turning on the heat because we sleep with our heater down lower because my nose was cold. And when my nose is cold, I can't sleep. And it was so it could very well just be like I could wake up tomorrow and it could be gone and it'll be fine. It's It's very interesting. And if anything, I have an appointment with the CMT specialists around here, which are great. I've never been to a CMT specialist before, so I'm very excited about it. But there happens to be one 40 minutes away. And that's awesome. So worst case scenario, the 11th rolls around and I'm still having problems. And I go, hey, is this my new normal? And they either say yes or no. And that's fine. I'm taking it all in stride. My friends, I'm taking it all in stride because the truth is with this disease, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So if I have to feel like I hit my funny bone for a while, no big deal. We'll see. Hopefully I'll just sleep it off. No problem. Because my other problem is I worked out today. Oh, that could probably be it too. Because I also started to get a tingle in my thumb while I was working out today and I was holding heavy dumbbells in my hands. And that's when it started. And so I'm wondering if I just pinched something or did something and it activated something else. I don't know. Because it started when I was leaning on the desk. I have all sorts of little things. Like if I lean on, not hard, if I just lean on my elbow too long or rest it on the desk, my hand starts to fall asleep. Like right here, I can feel it. I can feel it because the nerve's already irritated. These two fingers will fall asleep if I stay like this. So I just have to shake it off. As Taylor Swift says, we just got to shake it off and see how it goes. So extra spoons are spent saying late at work. Yes, me too. I pushed through, but cold weather really makes it flare up. Started recently. Yeah, it's my new normal and it is what it is and it's fine. It's fine. I'll make it work. Whatever it is, I will make it work because I don't have another choice. So that just whatever. Thank you. I painted them today. Trying to get back into painting my nails. And of course, I painted my nails and then jacked this one up immediately. It's fine. All right. So, like I was trying to say before, I wonder if my mother-in-law ever found me. Becky, if you're here, say something. I'm very curious to know if you found me. Hello, Lawanda, right? Haven't seen you in a while. So the topic tonight was whatever you guys want it to be. So let's chat. What do you want to chat about? I already covered a little bit about how I've been intermittent fasting lately. I talked a bit about what I was eating and I've been thoroughly enjoying the way I've been eating. I've been very Fab4 focused and it has been working for me. I'm feeling very full. I'm feeling very satisfied. I have greatly reduced the amount of sugar that I've been eating. Feels really good. And which is probably one of the reasons I have so much energy once I actually get out of bed. Hello, Jen, not Suki, Jen. Whew, I'm learning. Slowly but surely I'm learning. So yeah, what questions do you guys have? It's time for your questions to get answered. Whatever the topic may be. In the meantime, I shoot your questions out anytime. Seriously, I'm just gonna fill because if I don't talk, there's nothing to watch. So I recently meaning yesterday, while I was cooking yesterday, I was catching up on This Is Us. And if you watched my blog yesterday, you already know this. But I was catching up on This Is Us, and I let Hulu keep on rolling, and it started playing The Good Doctor. And I was really into that show for about a hot second, and then life got in the way, and I stopped watching it. I forgot how much I love that show. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love that show. It is so stinking good and so well acted. And I was watching some more while I was eating dinner, and it's just so captivating. I'm like, I don't want to go upstairs and edit. I want to finish watching this episode. Oh, I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Rose says, I joined a new gym today. Yes, you did. The trainer set me up with a workout plan, but I think it might be confusing when I go back. Should I just do my own thing? I think if you want to do what the trainer says, ask for help. If you're confused, don't be afraid to ask for assistance, ask for clarification. Because I think if you know fitness and training and things like that, I have enough knowledge to know what I should be doing if I walked into the gym and whatnot. But even I decided to go and get a trainer for a while because in my opinion, a professional's opinion is always going to be better than your own, you know? And some people might disagree with me, but I really think just as a different perspective, because like I know what I'm doing on my own. I go to Body Pump. If I didn't have Body Pump, I would still know how to weight train and get all the muscles in my body and whatnot. But I went to John anyway because he has a different perspective and he has, you know, maybe he has different techniques and things. So I really think if you're confused by it, go to the trainer and ask him or her to explain it to you and be like, look, I just don't get it. Can you clarify? Can you show me one more time? Walk me through it. And I'm sure they'll be happy to do it. I'm binge watching The Resident on Netflix. Nice. Very nice. I tried putting my foundation on with a damp sponge, just like you suggested. It worked so much better and looked so much smoother. Yes, Laura. I've never heard of this stuff before. Yeah. So when you use a sponge, make sure it's damp because if it's not, it's just going to suck in all your product and you're going to waste a whole lot of foundation. Hello, Renee. Emily's here. Some places of work will reimburse personal training. Ooh, that's good to know. Unfortunately, my place of work will not reimburse personal training. You have $500 back. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah. Cassie, I don't like The Good Doctor since it's a pretty stereotypical depiction of autism, and it seems to be written by people who don't know anything about it. I have autism, so it bothers me a lot. That's interesting. That's very interesting. That's worth a conversation because I'd be very curious to know because obviously I have no personal experience with autism. And unlike you, Cassie, I don't know what it's like. I have no idea. All I know is what media and resources try to explain to us it's like. But for me, I think that the actor who we know is not autistic is doing such a good job of acting it because playing something like that, especially when you have no way of knowing how it feels, is very hard, is very, very hard. So I think his acting is out of this world. Now, if it's an accurate depiction or not, that's nothing on the actor. That's on the director who's telling him how to act that way. But I'd be very curious to know a little bit more about what you think. So I can totally understand why you wouldn't like it as somebody personally affected with autism. But to the outside world, at least I think it's I can't even say accurate again, because I don't know. But it's well acted in my opinion. And some of the other characters I like a lot too, but really I'm just crazy about that actor. I just think he does such a good job. At Planet Fitness, they will give you a plan, but he says he won't have the time to walk me through it. One trainer for the whole gym. Oh, you're at Planet Fitness. Well, and that's interesting because my sister goes to Planet Fitness and she meets with the trainer every week and she works out with him. I don't think for any extra. So that's very weird. Somebody's got to help you. If they won't honestly help you, then obviously do your own thing, but I would at least try, you know? Is anyone trying to cut out processed food and eating more clean ingredient foods? So many bad ingredients in foods, especially sugar-free, fat-free foods. That's a great question, Susan. And anybody is welcome to chime in. She's asking anyone, not just me. And it's interesting because I actually was having a conversation with Jordan over at Clyde's Daily Life on Instagram. He's the guy who runs the iTrack Bites meetings on Wednesdays. About this very thing today because he wanted to rack the rest of the ambassadors' brains about this thing he just discovered or whatever about clean eating and how it's medicine and blah, 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 blah. And I won't get into what he was talking about, but basically what I said was, I think that everything in moderation is okay, but most diets that try to drastically improve your health are all about the clean. I mean, what is clean? I think if it is natural, you should be eating more of it. If it was made by God and comes from the ground or is an animal or whatever, I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I love me some meat. So that being said, I don't know who in here might be offended by the fact that I eat meat, but I eat meat and I eat meat a lot every day, multiple times. But that's where I get my protein and I need protein above all things. And, but if the Lord created it, eat it. You know, if man created it, maybe consider backing off a little bit. Now, that's to say, sugar is natural. There are sugars that are very natural, and that's fine in moderation. Everything is okay in moderation, but in general, yeah, we're trying to clean up. I have not, we've eaten pretty much homemade stuff. I ate Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi today, and that was the first thing I've heated up to eat, other than okay, I've eaten protein bars. So protein bars, but then I had taco salad with a mixture that I made, and cheese and guacamole and all this stuff that's not prepackaged cereal or something. It's all about the balance. Will my meals get clean food approved? Probably not, but all in moderation, I say, generally speaking. Wow, you guys are chatty. Are you a film goer? I'm not seriously a worship film lover, although I love worship music. I Still Believe about Jeremy Camp's real life and wanted to know if you heard about it. I don't know if I heard about it, but I like Jeremy Camp. My husband likes Jeremy Camp. I think the actor is doing a good job at acting the part he's told to play, though. Good. Okay. I appreciate that. My place of work doesn't help with anything diet fitness related. That's true. What type of music floats your boat? I like so many genres, so I'm open to many artists, but pop stuff, not a popular opinion, but I don't care for T Swift and the like. So quite frankly, I think a lot of the music that comes out nowadays is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I felt very justified in this opinion when I was in the airport and I was sitting next to two little girls that were they had to be, I don't know, maybe 12 and 8 or something. And they were filling out this little play workbook to keep themselves preoccupied. And it was a 5 little words thing. So for every question, you had to come up with 5 words or 5 answers. And she said the question was something about most pop, your favorite songs that are on the radio or something. And this little girl, I'm sitting next to I was fully listening to their conversation by this point because they were hysterical. And she goes, well, I don't like any of the music that's on the radio nowadays. It's all bad. And I was like, thank you, little girl. So my music favorites, I listen to praise and worship music. The Christian radio station is pretty much exclusively what I listen to in the car. And Broadway show tunes. Yeah, those are pretty much all I listen to. Because they make me happy. Now I do have a pump it up playlist where I have shut up and dance and so, but even half of that's the Greatest Showman soundtrack. I love me some soundtracks. But there are things I like. I like Michael Bublé. I like Josh Groban. I like some country songs that were really popular when I was in college, which was 10 years ago. But even now, the country music right now sounds like it's trying to be pop, which infuriates me. Be country music, not pop music. So yeah, bottom line is I listen to worship and Broadway show tunes. I'm a nerd. It's true. Although worship's not a nerd. I'm a Christian nerd. There you go. My son has autism. He's such a gentle giant. In his early teens, 6'5", and so sweet to the kids smaller than him. Oh, I've learned more from him than he could ever from me. God bless me so much with him. I love that, Renee. I really love that. I agree with you, Cassie. I taught many children with autism, and they're all quite different. Not really the actor's portrayal at all. So is the actor's portrayal one of the more extreme instances of it? Because I feel from what we are told about autism, we being people who don't experience it in any way, shape, or form, the general information that's out there and autism awareness stuff, and these are the symptoms, he portrays those pretty accurately. But is that stereotype must not be the most accurate depiction then, right? Because he's very good at acting the stereotype. But I'd love to know more about what it actually is, Switch from laptop to desk and nothing else open. Still get the spinning circle. I will watch the replay. Have a good night. I'm so sorry, Dana. I don't know why you're having a problem. I mean, we all had a problem for a hot second, but I really have no idea what that's about. Oh my goodness, this jumped all the way down. Here we go. And off the wall, your career is now whatever you want it to be. And off the wall, your career is now whatever you wanted to be when you were 8 years old. What do you do for a living now? Gosh, how old was I when I was 8? Was I in second grade? I'm either a teacher or a doctor. Because I wanted to be a doctor for a really long time. And then I got smart and realized that most doctors of any genre have to perform surgery of some kind or like use tools, and my hands aren't strong enough to do that. Which is okay, because if I ended up married to the man I'm married to now and I was a doctor and he was a consultant / businessman, we'd literally just never see each other. We already never see each other, and I'm home all the time. So, you know, it all worked out for the best, but I went through a long period of time where I wanted to be a doctor. And surprisingly, the answer to that question is not Broadway star, because I didn't decide that I actually wanted to do music theater until junior high school. So my teenage years is when the answer would have been Broadway. Fat-free, yes. Processed, no. Would love to, but for me, that's hard. I pretty much do that. I'm not perfect, but I don't eat any artificial sweeteners, and I avoid fat-free products. Okay, so yeah, to that end, I don't really do sugar-free unless I like it. Like, if it's something I genuinely like and it's sugar-free, I will buy it. But I no longer do fat-free or sugar-free unless, or like labeled sugar-free full of artificial sweeteners, unless it's something I really enjoy. But we buy like full-fat cheese and stuff now, and regular creamer and things like that. Me and my boyfriend have been cooking, meal prepping all our meals. We're going on 4 weeks of fresh meals, and it felt super good. You guys must feel incredible. Melissa, hello. It took me a few years. When I started, it was all over fat-free and sugar-free. It's taken me a while to be okay with fats and sugar. Yeah, I really wish that they would remove the stigma of fat and sugar, because while I was on Points Plus, like, there was a little bit of it, but not really. Like, you can still eat low fat. Like, I still buy low fat. So there's big caveat. I will still buy low fat. Like, I have low fat cottage cheese in my refrigerator right now because I don't need the full fat to feel like fat free is one thing, but low fat, I'm like, I can handle that. That tastes good to me. I was raised on fat free. So like, low fat is enough fat for me. Thank you very much. So I still keep some of that in the house. But shoot, what was my point? But with Smart Points, sugar literally became the devil, and fat, because of the saturated fat became the devil too. And so now everyone's just pumping their bodies full of chemicals. They're losing weight, but they probably don't feel very good. I don't know. Have you ever put that cauliflower gnocchi in the air fryer? I literally did that tonight. Yes, and it worked very, very well. I ate my meat. So our microwave is still dead. Still dead. We haven't replaced it yet. And so I haven't been able to reheat my food in an easy way all week long. And so I had meat that I wanted to reheat. I ended up eating it cold. I didn't care. I actually like leftovers cold. I'm very weird. My husband thinks I'm so bizarre because I'll eat almost any leftover cold. But then I'm like, okay, so I ate my little meat chunks. Great. Now what should I eat? So I popped some of that into the air fryer and sprinkled some ranch powder on it. And it was so good. It was so good for only 3 points. It was so good. I just finished listening to Reshaping It All by Candace Cameron and said something about certain foods dying to give you life. Oh, look at that. Yeah. I still like some sugar-free items, but for the most part, I rock real sugar and fats. Butter, not margarine. Mm-hmm. I've been eating clean ingredients, and I feel so much better. Yes! I mean, chemical ingredients. I eat date sugar, maple sugar, or coconut sugar, low glycemic. Oh, interesting. Finally tried the TJ chicken cilantro wontons in the air fryer. Yes, I'm going to be having some of those for dinner at some point this week. I thought that perspective of healthy food is really interesting. No, that really is interesting. These other things died to give you life. I love that, actually. Do you like any mind-numbing, brain cell-killing shows? Yes, I call them trash TV. That is how that's how I define them. P.S. First time doing a live chat with you. I'm glad you're here, Melissa. So my trash TV is, well, the first thing that I haven't done trash TV in a long time. I used to do The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and now I can't stand it. I'm just like, really? They're still doing this, and now it's so overproduced that it's not even real. And so I don't do it anymore. But I've recently discovered and completely binged The Circle on Netflix. And it's about social media, and this group of people interacts. They've never met. They interact exclusively through this social media app that is programmed into this apartment. So everyone is in there. They're all in the same building, but they don't see each other. They don't leave their apartment for the period of the filming of this show. And they don't have cell phones. They don't have outside internet access. Their only interaction is with each other, but they're hiding behind their computer screens and their social media platform called The Circle. They could be catfishing. They could be who they say they are. Like, it's so... I binged the whole series in like a week. It was so addicting. But because my job is on social media, I found it utterly fascinating. Utterly fascinating. So that was my trash TV as of late. And The Biggest Loser comes back tonight, which is the epitome of my trash TV. I love that show. Love it. Hate what they do. Hate the message they're sending is you should lose 12 pounds in a week because that's wrong. Love the TV show. I loved it more when Jillian Michaels was on it because Jillian Michaels is my girl crush. I love her. But so Biggest Loser, The Circle. What else did I used to watch as trash TV? Oh, it'll come back to me. It's been a while since it was mostly The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, I think. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Eric considered Gossip Girl to be trash TV too. Finally back. I found you, but I'm way behind, so I had to go back to the beginning. I may comment on things. Dude, watch it live and then watch the replay later, Becky. That's how you're supposed to do this. Stay current so you can be in the conversation. And then go back later. For instance, use cooking spray. Make sure it's expelled and pressed. Otherwise, it's full of chemicals. Just an example. Interesting. Oh, no. I just jumped down to a whole bunch of... What happened? There we go. Bring on loving take on the music. Ooh. If you could be in any Broadway show, what would it be and why? Melissa, that's my answer too. My dream role, my number one, the OG, the reason that I am so into musical theater is because I saw Donny Osmond in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat when I was 8 years old. Oh my gosh, it was when I was 8 years old. So I guess I could technically see that. That was my gateway into theater, was seeing him in the show and going, I want to do that. So my dream role, more than being in Wicked, I have like a whole list of shows I would love to do. And being Elphaba and Wicked is one of my dreams. Like, I could die the second the curtain closed if I ever got to play that role. But truly, if I could be the narrator in Joseph, it would be a dream come true. Oh my gosh. So Joseph, the narrator in Joseph and Elphaba, I would also love to play. Who else would I love to play? I'd love to play Kathy in The Last 5 Years. That's such a great show. Only 2 people. I'd love to play Ursula in The Little Mermaid musical. Are you sensing a theme? I'm a big belter. That's what I do. And if I think it would be a lot of fun, but this was a role that I probably don't move well enough to do. I'd love to be Donna in Mamma Mia. I think that would be a lot of fun. First live chat I've done. I love watching your videos. Brandy, hello, welcome. I'm glad you've joined us for the live today. When I worked in daycare, I made my toddlers listen to Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly. That's raising them on good music. That's the way to do it. I meant expelled pressed cooking sprays are the best. Others are loaded with chemicals. There's a saying, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. Yeah, okay. Autism is a scale, so you can be on all different levels of the scale. It's not one specific for all children. Right, and I get that. And I just think that some of the stuff that they put out there for general public knowledge makes it feel very one level, you know? So out of curiosity, friends that are either autistic or have experience with autism, where on the scale would the character from The Good Doctor fall, do you think? I'm so curious. I'd be a princess, Emily. I love it. I'd be a princess. Yes. I just got a call from my son who's at work. Daughter-in-law is sick and may need help getting the kids to bed. I'll try to catch you next Tuesday. Bye, Rose. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the same problem with the circle. It looks like the video is loading. What? I don't understand. I don't know what's happening, guys. I really have no idea. I'll have to Google that later and see if I can offer you guidance next time. I'm really sorry you're having that problem. The autism spectrum is so wide. The typical symptoms are pretty accurate, but from there, each person is so different. Okay. I don't remember what I wanted to do when I was 8. When I was 3, I wanted to be a rug or a Lego table. You would be a great life coach. Thank you, Susan. I haven't started working on it yet, but my goal for this year is to actually launch some sort of mentorship program that would allow me to kind of do that. I think that would be so much fun. So I don't know where I'm going to go with that, but I know that it's something I'm interested in. I ended up being Cher, who you wanted to be when you were 8. I wanted to be a podiatrist at one point. Now I'm not sure what I want to do with my life. Melissa, have you watched 90 Day Fiancé? OMG train wreck. I've almost turned that on, but I haven't. I haven't actually watched that. Oh my goodness. But that sounds like perfect trash TV. Oh man. Finally making my 20 by 20 goals pages. Thank you for the company and using some of your ideas. Oh, I'm so glad you're doing that, Rosie. Has it been hard giving up the points to eat full fat foods? Not even a little bit. Nope. I'm actually really enjoying it. And what's interesting is I'm double tracking. So I'm tracking my calories right along with my food. And even if I go over in points, I'm still within my calorie limit. So I don't even feel guilty about going over. And going over is being used very loosely. I use up all of my dailies and I dip into my weeklies. But in the last couple of weeks, I have not gone over my weeklies. Or if I have, I didn't track them. So the record says I have not gone over my weeklies. But no, it hasn't been hard at all. And it's a mindset shift that I'm slowly but surely getting into and really enjoying it. So I've been focusing a lot. Like, let's just see, what are my, come on, open macros for the day. What are my, okay. So today I hit 91 protein, 108 carbs, and 53 macros. So I went a little bit over in my fat goal, which is totally fine. But exactly 26 points, and I'm under my calories. So no, it hasn't been hard at all. What has been harder is having to prioritize. So what I'm doing, like, I can't do both. You can't have everything. When you're trying to eat to lose weight, you cannot have everything. Right now, I'm prioritizing protein and fat over sweet treats. And so, like, if I wanted to have a delicious sweet treat, I'd really be dipping into my weeklies as well. Now, I've been having, like, today I had Smart Sweets gummies and Built Bar. My Smart Sweets I had in the afternoon. My Built Bar was my dessert after dinner. That's 5 points plus total for me. So that's totally fine. But like, I guess I would have eaten one of these if we actually had a working microwave. But I have like I bought the Betty Crocker Rainbow Chip microwave mug cakes as like a special treat. They're 11 points plus, which means I don't even know how many smart points they are. Probably 16, maybe more. But I've been like willing to splurge on them. But now that it's later in the week, I only have 17 weeklies left. I have to go, do I really want to splurge on that? Or would I rather just have something smaller and actually eat legit food throughout the day? And that's what I've been choosing. And it's been game changing. I feel great. So it's worth it. It's worth making the sacrifice. It really is. Because at the end of the day, it ends up not being a sacrifice. I do eat some fat-free yogurts. That's true. I eat fat-free yogurts. I don't like the taste of full-fat yogurt, truly. I like fat-free Greek yogurt, not the unflavored stuff. That's where it all not even goes to crap for me. But like, I like the Light and Fit. I like the Oikos 000. I like I guess there's no artificial sweeteners in the Oikos 000. But like, I like the Light and Fit. And that's got a bunch of sugar in it. And I don't care. It's still only 2 points. So I eat it and I like it and it's fine. Cold leftovers are the best. That's how behind I am, you guys. Emily still talking about cold leftovers. Our microwave just died today. Fortunately, if I plan ahead, I can use my electric lunchbox. Yeah, we're going to have to go get a new microwave this weekend. It's fine. Whatever. Shoot, I jumped on again. Eating full fat and no sugar free and real creamer. I haven't gained a pound, and I'm on maintenance and doing just fine. Excellent. I'm so sick of people thinking you can't eat real sugar or full fat items. I know. I remember watching the original 2 seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. What's weird is that there was a movie based on The Circle too, not that long ago. Wait, seriously? What movie was that? This is how far behind I am. I'm trying to catch up. I've read microwaving food actually changes the molecular structure of the food and you lose a lot of the vitamins and minerals. Yes. It also, like, I won't so the thing I ate today was we ended up buying like these little steak medallions wrapped in bacon on sale. We had steak on Sunday. And since I'm like, oh, they're drastically on sale, I bought them. I kind of seared them, kind of rare, and left them. So Eric and I had them as leftovers. I ate them cold because I refuse to microwave steak because I like my steak nice and pink and like mooing. So if you put it in a microwave, it just ruins it. It just ruins the whole thing. So I know you were talking a little bit deeper than that, but I won't microwave some things just because I don't want it to cook anymore. They're reformatting The Biggest Loser to format more unsustainable ways on losing weight. And I hope that's what they do. And I'm so excited. I have Hulu, so I can't watch it tonight anyway. But I'm so excited to watch it tomorrow and see what they're going to do with it. I'm very, very excited because not only will it allow for me to create a little bit of content, but I really hope that it's not so focused on the number, you know? My guilty trash TV is Below Deck with Below Deck, the one with Captain Sandy. I don't know what Below Deck is, actually. I'm excited to see the changes in Biggest Loser. The Voice is my trash TV. Oh, yeah, I used to. My husband and I watch America's Got Talent, and we really enjoy that show. We don't keep up with it. We don't keep current with it, but we do watch it, and we really like that. I love Donnie as Joseph. Narrator is one of my dream roles, but my number one is Christine and Phantom. I have a degree in musical theater. Cassie, I have a degree in musical theater too. That's awesome. Yeah, Donnie and Joseph. I won't listen to another Joseph soundtrack. It has to be Donnie Osmond. It has to be. Wicked. Love that Broadway show. Saw it 7 times. Sue, you live in NYC. Well, I haven't seen it 7 times in NYC, but I have seen it, I think the tally is 8 times now. Yeah. And I'll see it again. I'll see it if it decides to roll through town. I love the show. I love it so much. So much. Donnie Osmond is awesome. He's really funny. He did a voiceover playing himself in the cartoon Johnny Bravo. Look it up. He was hilarious. Oh, goodness. They will have to look it up. Hello, Linda. Your Joseph story is the same as mine. My mom went the year before and came home with the tape, and I took it and listened to it. Wait. Did you know this about me? Because that's literally my story. Yeah, literally exactly my story. My mom and dad went and saw it. They brought home the soundtrack from the show, and it was still in because it was hanging out for a while, and I was obsessed. And so my parents were like, shoot, we have to take her to go see this show. And so they took me before it left town. And it changed my life. Oh my gosh, Melissa, that's so funny. We're the same person. I haven't gotten to see Wicked. I want to so bad. Oh, it's so good. I haven't seen a ton of plays. But my favorite play I saw is Hamilton. Yes. Fun fact about me. I do not like rap music. I despise rap music. I do not like the subject of history. I love Hamilton. Love it. Brilliant. Brilliant piece of theater. Brilliant. Barney said I could be anything. I was sassy and took him literally. I've never watched the show. Once I heard many reviews of the autism trail, I tried to steer clear of things that may irritate me. I would be so curious to know. I'd be very curious to know. Shoot, it jumped again. You guys are talking so much. Can you tell me how to find out how many calories I need? Go to an app like MyFitnessPal and punch in your information and it will tell you. That's the easiest answer I have for you. Because MyFitnessPal is what I've found to be the most accurate. You can go in there and you can tell it your age, your gender, all that jazz, and how fast you want to lose weight, and it will give you a calorie goal every day. With iTrack Bites, you can also do that. I've never actually switched to Calorie Command to see how many calories it would give me to lose weight, but if you are, let's say you're like me and you're on carb conscious and you put on your secondary macro your secondary metric being calories, it actually puts you at a calorie range that's too high. I don't know why it does that, but you have to manually change it to the calorie allowance that you want it to be when you are on a points plan, a bites plan on iTrack Bites, and you want to track calories also. So I have manually entered that I want my limit to be 1,300 calories. But for every person, it's different. So I would use an app like MyFitnessPal and find out. I wanted to move to England and become a barrister. I love that. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick are going to be starring in Plaza Suite. Not a musical, but an awesome play. You and Eric should come to NYC and see it. Oh, interesting. Are they still married? I thought he cheated on her, and I wasn't sure if they got a divorce or not. That's really cool. Oh, gosh, there's so many things I'd love to see in New York. I don't even know what's playing in New York right now. I'm so behind. But by the way, Mean Girls is touring. If you have the opportunity to see it, go see it because it was spectacular. It was absolutely mind-blowingly spectacular. I track points and calories as well because I can't seem to stay within my points. Yeah, and I mean, use your weeklies. Don't try to just stay on your daily points, especially if you're using full fat things and real sugar things. Use your weeklies. That's what they're there for. I agree with Susan. Hop on the train, meet you in the city. No artificial sweeteners in the 000, but it does have stevia, so I've never tried it. Oh, okay. I don't mind stevia. We just got the 000s in Canada. We drive to Buffalo to buy mass amounts of American yogurt and go to Trader Joe's. I didn't grab the Cultivate when it came out, but do you find it has really been a game changer? With tending lists and things, you seem like a list maker and an action planner. I 100% am that type of person, and I was supposed to film my February goals video today, but I haven't done my tending sheet yet. I want to sit down and thoroughly do it. So for me, and I talked about this last week, January has really been like a throwaway month. Like, I think from this point forward, my new year is going to start in February because there's just so much happening right around the beginning of end of December, beginning of January that like I can't mentally, physically, emotionally, like with all the traveling and everything that we're going to be doing like forever and ever, can't handle it. So I wasn't like full on ready to like be like, this is my tending sheet for January, but I'm actually going through and trying to finish my tending sheet anyway, and I'm actually doing a pretty good job. But I do love it. I really do. As long as you put a little bit of thought into it, like truly, if you look at the goals you set and then you go, okay, so what action items can I add to my tending sheet that are going to get me towards these goals? And then you do them. Like, that's the thing. You can have all the planners in the world, but if you don't actually do the things you write in them, they're not going to make a lick of difference. So for me, like this week, I'm actually trying really hard to get as much done out of my tending sheet for January as possible. The movie was called The Circle with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks. And it's about this social media thing? Oh, I'm so intrigued. And I like both of those actors. I love Tom Hanks. I freaking love Tom Hanks. And I know you use Erin Condren products as well. So I am still on the fence about the Cultivate until I can really understand the worth. Well, you can't be on the fence for too long because they're going to sell out. They currently have, I think, only 100 left of the year-long ones, and then they are only going to have 6-month ones left. But it's totally up to you. It depends how you work as a person. I personally love list making. I love checking things off lists. To-do lists are my life. And so something like that works really well for me. Highline is awesome. And you will get in at least 15. Oh, man. That's a lot of steps. That's kind of worrisome. What is that? So I'm not crazy when I think my tea tastes better in the kettle versus the microwave. Huh. My dad likes his steak walk to the table on a leash. Yep, me too. This is coming from someone who refused to eat red meat for 10 years when I was little. Oh my gosh. I've always been a red meat lover. I was definitely not a picky eater. I froze a few Built Bars into tiny pieces. I'm trying to get used to having a few pieces at night as my dessert. That's a great idea, Rosie. Want a good excuse to visit again. We both have music theater degrees and are both on weight loss journeys. I just auditioned for my first musical in 4 years because I took a break. What show did you audition for? I want to know. Brianna, what and when was the last show you were in? So on my 30th birthday, we didn't open, but we were running. So 3 years ago now, I was in Pippin. And before that, it was 5 years prior to, oh my gosh, this makes my heart so sad. So before that, so I did Pippin 3 years ago when we lived back at the theater that I did my show 5 years prior to that in, which was Rent. And that was so fun. Oh, that was so fun. But there's a director at this college who opens all of her shows up to the public. And she's spectacular. And I've worked with her multiple times. And I was going to audition for her again, but we moved before the auditions happened. And she put out an audition notice, and I was like, son of a gun, I'm not going to be able to do her show. I was so sad. But I loved working for her because another show I did with her 2 years before that, I think, was Urinetown. And you got to be a music theater buff to know Urinetown. And I walked in with the intent of playing this disabled character. And because she was portrayed as a 12 months pregnant, disabled character, uses a crutch, has braces, all that jazz. I didn't have my own braces at the time, but she could tell by the way I walked that there was something a little bit off about me. I came in and I belted my heart out. I picked the perfect audition song, and she looked at me, and she'd never seen me before. And first she goes, I'll never forget this audition. So I sang for her, and I sang I Want the Good Times Back from The Little Mermaid, because Ursula, and it's a stellar evil villain song. And this character was kind of a jerk. So it worked. And she looked at me and she goes, do that again. So I did. Just to make sure the first time wasn't a fluke. And I did it again. And then she, looked at me and she goes, I have to ask you, would you be terribly offended if I cast you as a character that had a physical disability? And I looked at her and I said, look at the character I requested on my sheet. And she looked at that, looked at me and said, come to callbacks on a technicality. I was cast on the spot immediately. And I fell in love with this woman because she pushed me to my limits, but she never made me do something that I was uncomfortable with. We always had 2-story sets. She never made me walk up the stairs and do any choreography. The choreography, I still had to do the choreography, but she was just spectacular. So I vowed that if she ever was auditioning for a show, I would do the show. And so I did that. I did Urinetown with her, and it got to a point where she was almost too careful with me. So my character and my partner had this big dancey jazz number, and we were learning the choreography, and I used a polio crutch. She eliminated the whole pregnant thing. We totally just played the disability thing, and I had a polio crutch that I used. And so which was great because I didn't have to try to hide my walk. I didn't have to try to hide anything for the first time in my life on stage. It was so wonderful. But I couldn't do the dance because of this polio crutch. I'm I don't know how to modify this dancing to make it look like the dance. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. Just do the best you can. And I looked at her and I was like, Laura, I can do the dance. I just can't do it with the stick. Can we get rid of the stick for the song? And so we had the main protagonist tied up in a chair, right? If you don't know the show, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But we had her tied up in a chair, and my partner and I were we were basically threatening to kill her, is what the whole song was. And so before the big dance break, I'm singing, I'm doing this, and then right before the dance break, I did something. I swung my stick at her, and she grabbed it between her tied up wrists, and I let go, danced the whole number, but nothing ever happened. I had no disability, did the entire dance. And then the very end, we say, snuff that girl. And I grabbed it and I choked her with it. And that's how the song ended. That was our final pose. And then I just slipped my hand back in and pretended the whole dance never happened. It was the best thing ever. But then I did Rent with the same woman, and I did Pippin with the same woman because I adore her. I adore her. And if we ever move back to Chicago, I will be in her shows as long as she'll cast me. And that just made my heart so happy thinking about that show. Where was that question? There it is. Lunar New Year just started, so you're good. Oh, that's fair. My new New Year should be Lunar New Year. I haven't looked at my power sheets in weeks. You should open it. Yes, you should. Seeing all your planners on the blog did give me some anxiety. Yeah, it gives me some anxiety too. You do the best you can. My Erin Condren life planner is basically there for show right now. which I don't even feel bad about because full transparency, I was sent the planner. I'm on their PR list for their planner launches. So I didn't pay for it. But I got like all the daily planner that I use is from a company that sent me their planner too. And so I've been using this because there's a daily checklist in it. And I really like checklists. So I don't know. But I also use Google Calendar because I don't take my planners with me everywhere. The High Line is really awesome linear park that's above the city. Oh, I think I've been to the High Line. Are you watching Encore on Disney Plus? They meet back up and redo their High School Musicals from ages ago. We don't have Disney Plus yet. So I need to remember that. Somebody, when you see that I'm on social media and going, yes, we got Disney Plus, someone remind me that I want to watch that show. Because that would make my heart so happy. I auditioned for a musical review called Broadway Backwards, where you sing songs you normally wouldn't sing. I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh, I would thrive in something like that because I can sing tenor parts and I could do a whole gamut of like awesome tenor belter songs. Piece of cake. Oh, I would love that so much. February is the new January. Idea is the best. I also been in the process of moving this month. Have about a week more of moving. February is the real start of the year. Yeah, it took me months to get over the whole move thing and like finally be like, oh, I'm here. I should actually do life here now. My boyfriend, when I was young, was on Broadway. I got to see Bob Fosse rehearse. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to go to New York and I need to go out to coffee with you and you need to tell me everything. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. That is incredible. You got to see Bob Fosse rehearse? Oh my gosh. Only time I've ever walked the equivalent of a marathon were in NYC trips. Last show I did was Evita, and I got to play her. Before that was Rizzo in Greece years ago. Oh my gosh, life happens. Yeah. So in terms of singing, you guys are going to be the first to know. And I don't know if this is something for me to get excited over yet or not, but the church that we've been attending since before Christmas, I'm meeting with the worship team leader tomorrow. We're going out for coffee. The coffee house is in the church. So I'm going over to the church and going to their coffee house that happens to be there. But I'm meeting him and we're actually like talking. He finally got a hold of me after I tried to hunt him down to be like, I want to join this worship team, but I want to talk to the worship team leader before I put things in motion. And he finally reached out to me and I want to hear your story. And I'm like, that's great. I didn't shoot back with, I want to hear everything about how the worship team works and expectations and limitations and things like that. But I am meeting with a worship leader tomorrow. Finally, because while I haven't been in theater, you guys know I've been on stage a lot at my church back home, and even just for Christmas. So I've been on stage, just not in theater. I need to get into the theater scene around here. I really do. I just don't even know where to start. A disabled evil villain. Nice. Yeah. Oh, it was, and I played a horrible person. Like, I'm like, not to like pat myself on the back, but I'm a nice human. I am a kind human being. My character was such a bitch. I was so mean. I was so mean. And it was so much fun. One day I actually picked up and clobbered one of my friends with my stick because he stole it from me. We did this whole pre-show where the rebel poor, as we were called, were on stage 15 minutes before the show even started, just living our lives. So like every day, I made myself a half of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like took a bite out of it, beat the crap out of it, put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the garbage can that was on stage so I could go rummaging through the garbage can and eat it during the pre-show in front of people. And every night I got a reaction because I literally just pulled a sandwich out of the garbage and ate it. But one day we were sitting down and I was playing cards with one of my fellow castmates in front of people. You know, show hadn't started yet, but we were acting. And this other character, who was a good friend of mine at the time, came up to me and stole my crutch and ran it upstairs so I couldn't get to it because like my character couldn't walk. So I couldnn't get to it. And so I had to I totally improvised a freak out about it and sent someone else to go. Finally, he came back like all pouty and sad, returned it to me, and I grabbed it and I smacked him with it. Like without thinking. And then we finally got off stage and I was like, I am so sorry. He's like, it's okay. You were acting. I'm like, I know, but I feel like a horrible person. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. But I was a horrible person on that stage. Do you have Hulu? Yes. Yes, I do. And I'm working on getting my husband to be like, fine, go get Disney Plus. / I might just sign up for it and use Diva and the Divine's credit card to do it. Because it's like an additional like $8 or something. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it eventually, for sure. To be fair, it took you months before you moved to actually get settled in your home. It did. And now, like, life is a frozen tundra. The second it threatens to warm up a little bit, I'm thinking April, I'm going to start looking for audition notices and see what I find. I loved drama. I loved acting, but I'm an average singer. Girl, if you do actually do the worship singing, you have to have videos done. You sound great. Thank you. I actually texted my old worship leader today, and I was like, dude, I need the Christmas worship video. Where is it? It never got posted. So he's like, I'll have to go look for it tomorrow. I'm like, please, because I kind of want something to show this guy to be like, I'm good. I'm actually very good. So, yeah, there's video of me somewhere. There's a bunch of video of me in the archives of the church, but it's not public access. It's just for us. So we moved and got married the same summer. Everything needed to be unpacked and sorted right away so we can focus on the wedding. Moving was all my husband's idea. Isn't it always the husband's idea? The only reason I'm in Minnesota is because it was my husband's idea. Congrats. We'll be in prayer for a fruitful meeting. Thank you. Please pray for me tomorrow around noon because that's when I'm meeting him. I'm living in a happy planner dashboard. Loving the happy planner dashboard because basically it's a bunch of weekly to-do lists with only a little daily room. Okay. The peanut butter sandwiches. Nice touch. Thank you. I was very proud of that. I was like, what can I do that's just like ridiculous? Because that whole show, if you've seen Urinetown, it's so ridiculous. So I milked that for all it's worth. What else did I do? Oh, the other thing we did. So now I'm just totally flashing back. So my partner was Hot Blades Harry. And instead of having knives like in the original Broadway cast, we put him on rollerblades. So he rollerbladed the entire show. And right after the peanut butter and jelly incident or whatever, I go off stage, like the song has just started. The show is in motion now, right? And people are getting introduced. And I come back on stage to see him eating a banana. And this happened on accident. I improvised it one night and people thought it was so funny. We kept it. He was eating a banana and it fell on the floor. And so I hobbled over to the banana. I picked it up and it decided to be funky again. At least it came back right away that time. Are we good? Cheaper to pay for the whole year of Disney at once. Is it cheaper to pay for the whole year of Disney than it is to have it with Hulu? Because I think it's only like $8 with Hulu. From what I remember. But yeah, we did all sorts of crazy stuff like that in that show. Oh, it was so much fun. Watch your video about Canadian foods that were sent to you. Is there anything from the box you wish you could get on the regular? Ketchup flavored potato chips. That was my favorite thing, hands down. And the maple candy. The maple candy was really, really nice. But yeah. The ketchup flavored potato chips were the bomb.com. I loved those. You'd be so great as Ado Annie. Have I performed any stuff by her? I don't think I have, but I know like you can't get a man with a gun. I've sung it just at home by myself. Oh, thank you for the walk down the theater memory lane, guys. That's a lot of fun. That made my heart so happy. It's 8:45. Do we have any other questions or things you want to address? This went like nowhere I actually expected it to go, and I really appreciate where it went and that there are so many music theater fans here. You guys are my people. I love it. Oh my gosh. No Hulu in Canada. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's cheaper to just you tack it onto your Hulu subscription. And then I guess what happens is you get like refunded part of it. I looked into it once, but it's not, you pay $6.99 a month for Disney Plus. Yeah, so that's what you pay with Hulu, Renee. I'm in the Chicago area, so we may know some of this because you're in the Chicagoland area? Seriously? Who did you just audition for? What company? Because the community is very small there, especially if you're in the suburbs. If you're in the suburbs. So, Cassie, well, where are you? Where are you located in the Chicago? Like, are you in Chicago proper and doing the Chicago theater scene there, or are you out in the burbs? Prayer is going up. You can sing, girl. Oh, thank you, Susan. I saw some of your posts singing at church. You have a set of pipes for sure. And please get involved in local theater. Hi, Javier. Yeah, the good Lord bless me. This body doesn't do a whole lot, but he gave me something that can, which is awesome. We play separately, not through Hulu. I love this content. I think you underestimate how much we all love spending time with you, especially those of us who can't always make the Insta live streams during the day because of work. Yeah, I appreciate it. I really do. I really like just hanging out with you guys. I think it's so much fun, which is why I have kept doing these live streams. I really do enjoy it a lot. So thank you. I just auditioned for a summer place in Naperville. I live in Lockport, but I've done shows all over. Oh, okay. So you're a little bit further away. Fun fact, Gracie is from Lockport. Our breeder was in Lockport. So we've been to Lockport once, but Naperville, that's still really far out from where I was. So I was in the northwest suburbs, and the shows that I was talking about was at Harper College. And if you ever get a chance to do a show there with Laura, oh, she's wonderful. She's wonderful. But yeah, you're in the scene. So I'm gonna assume, Cassie, that you go to like the Aurora. Oh my gosh, what's it called? What's the theater called? Paramount Theater. Dina, are you a Christian? Very passionately so. Yes, I am. And not afraid to tell you that either. You're amazing, which is nice because you have singing stuck in my head frequently. Oh, thank you. Since you like dogs, for me, enjoy Disney Plus documentary. They're called About Raising the Dogs. Oh, cool. We love your lives, Brianna. Great group here, having a blast tonight. I'm so glad. You guys make my heart so happy. I can't handle it. Well, awesome. Yeah, being a Christian is pretty awesome. I won't lie. I found it very interesting. So I did polls on Instagram. Was that yesterday? 2 days ago? Yesterday. 2 days ago. Anyway, well, okay, my friend did shows at Harper, and I've been to Paramount. Oh, now I want to know what friend and what shows. Because if your friend has done shows at Harper recently, your friend is friends with my friends. Because I have people that do shows with Laura all the time. And they just did one called American Idiot, which a couple of my friends were in, which I wanted to audition for, but I moved, so I couldn't do it. We are so closely connected. You have no idea if you have friends that did shows at Harper. Shoot, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, and so I did a bunch of Instagram polls about, would you like to see more content about X subject? Yes or no? And I did like 6 or 7 different subjects. The 2 most controversial ones where there were a significant amount of votes for yes and for no was learning more about my disability, learning more about CMT, and learning more about my faith. I even said that to my husband. He goes, that's interesting. I went, I know. I just thought it was a really interesting thing that people are like generally like, yes, planners, yes, beauty, yes, weight loss, food, all that jazz. Not so like a lot of people were interested. A lot of people hit yes, but the closest amount of no's equal to yes was CMT and my faith. And I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but oh well, it is what it is. Doesn't mean I'm not going to post about it because there were still as many yeses. I said yes to both, even though I'm not religious. Great. I think I just saw this article the other day. I'll have to post it to my Facebook page or my group or something so you guys can see it. And it's an article that's called like the kind of Christian I refuse to be. And it was the most well said article written by a Christian ever. And it basically just talks about how the term Christian, like being a Christian is now something that some of us almost feel ashamed to admit because so many people have scarred what being a Christian means. You know, so many people use the Bible to try and tear people down. So many people have taken Jesus out of being a Christian. which is completely the opposite of what it's supposed to be. And so that's what this guy was talking about. So he's like, and he goes, so I flat out refuse to be the Christian that, thinks that there's only one right religion and doesn't respect the religion of other people's. I refuse to be the kind of Christian that is not accepting of all, races, genders, and sexual orientations. I refuse to be the Christian who doesn't do blood. And it was just so perfectly said, because I was like, that this guy is spot on. Like, I'm not going to be the Christian that gives Christians a bad name. That's not why we're here. That's not why we're here. So I'm always so intrigued when people ask me if I'm a Christian, because I never know if it's coming from a place of love for Christians or from a place of hatred for Christians, So my friends, if you are in fact Christians, be the kind that love like Jesus, please, please, because so many people have given us a bad name, and I'm not going to be one of those people, but it's going to take more than one person to change our reputation. So, or people associate Christian with scandalized televangelists. Yeah, just there have been so many people, politicians and world leaders and televangelists. So many people have given us a bad name, and poor Jesus is up there shaking his head and going, "This is not what I came down here for." So it's our job to fix it. It's our job to fix it. Anyway, I'll post this article because it was such a good read, and the whole time I sat there and I was like, "Yes, way to put eloquent words into the mouths of so many of us who haven't been able to verbalize what we desire." I think that we can be open to learning about other religions. I'm raised Southern Baptist. I'm not practicing, but I'm always open to knowledge and to know God. Yeah, exactly. And just because you and I don't believe the same thing doesn't mean we can't be friends. I had this interaction with somebody that I met just 2 weekends ago at the basketball game. We were talking and whatever, and I was talking, we were talking about moving and getting settled and all that stuff. And I talked about my church a little bit and how I'm trying to find a church because that's where a lot of my friends would come from, blah, blah, blah. So, made it very clear early on in the conversation that I was a Christian. And she expressed an interest in wanting to get together, and she made a comment about, well, I'm essentially an atheist, but blah, 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 blah. And I looked at her and I'm like, well, that doesn't mean we can't be friends, and I was just so taken aback by her comment that I was like, it's not my job to push my beliefs on you or to only be friends with my kind. It's actually the opposite. So I'm game to get coffee with you or to get together with you anytime. I was just so taken aback by that, that she felt the need to openly admit to me that she was an atheist, which was fine. I had no problem with it, but it was almost like well, just so you know, in case you don't want to be friends with me. And I'm like, what? I was so interested. That was so interesting to me. I just started the daily devotions. I'm actually excited. Yeah. For the first 2 days in a row now, I finally gotten my butt in gear and gotten my head in the Bible first thing. And my days have been pretty good because of it. And I just found, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to share this with you. I think I found devotionals that might work. I don't know. I just placed an order because I don't know if you saw this on Instagram today. This will be the last thing. And if you have any other questions, let me know, because then I should probably go. I've been talking for a long time. But I want to start official Bible studies, not just daily devotions, but I want to get a little bit deeper in my faith this year. And for whatever reason, I'm I want to do something with Philippians. I don't know why. My favorite Bible verse is in Philippians. I'm I feel called to Philippians. So I'm I wonder where I can find a good Bible study on Philippians. And so I sat down at the computer this morning, just trying to decide where should I even go and look to start for what's a good resource for Bible studies, So I went to shereadstruth.com because that is the brand of Bible that I currently use. And I know that they have reading plans and things like that. So just on a whim at 7:00 this morning, I went to shereadstruth.com and it says our devotional for February, Philippians. I was like, all right, I hear you. So I bought the Philippians thing for next month. I bought their Lenten study, their Lenten prayer journal. I went back and bought a couple of old issues. I went and bought their 1st and 2nd Corinthians and their Acts Bible study. So I'll report back to let you guys know if She Reads Truth is worth looking into. But I was just I'm sorry. I went online just and totally on a whim was like, I would love to find something in Philippians. Let me see what She Reads Truth has to say. And that happens to be the book that their entire community is going through next month. I was so excited. I can really see how much you love Jesus. It's so evident in my interactions with you and what I see of you on social media. That makes me very happy because that means that I am doing my job. If you can see that in me, that means I'm doing my job. Believe in who you want and what you want. At the end of the day, we're all born the same way. And as long as you can pass knowing that you were a good person, it shouldn't matter what your beliefs are. Be kind. Be good to people. Just be good. Oh my gosh, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Just be good. And obviously within certain belief systems, you have like other things you believe in. But at the end of the day, my job as a Christian is not to condemn. It's not to judge. It's to love. That's all it is. That's all my job is. What really captured me when I saw that video of you singing on Good Friday on Instagram, that's what everybody says about me. It's not like I get you have such a beautiful voice, you have whatever, but the compliments that hit me in the heart the most are like, I can see you worshiping and I worship better when I watch you. And I'm like, well, that's it. That is the Lord telling me that that's what I'm supposed to be doing, which is why I'm itching to get on a worship team. I'm like, this is what I'm meant to do, and I'm not doing it. And it's making me crazy. You're right, Brianna. Remember, what would Jesus do? My parents taught me that all paths lead to God, and God is love. Boom. You said it. You said it. Wanted me as a child to explore all religions. I have that Bible. Yay. I signed up for the app subscription because I've been on a Philippians kick lately. Your steps were ordered by the Lord in finding Philippians and reading on that site. I know. I was just like, oh, fantastic. I was so excited. I was riding high on some Jesus this morning, you guys. I really was. And singing and worship's apparently your gift. Yeah, it is. Be kind, words to live by. The world needs more kindness. It does. It does. So, my friends, if you are here with me, your job is to be kind to other people. Because my community is a place where there is kindness. So please keep that in mind. That's the kind of vibe that I want around here. Because the world needs it and it's got to start somewhere. So it's going to start with the diva and the divine. So there we go. Wow, this conversation took some real interesting turns tonight, didn't it? And I love it. I love it so much. And I'm so thankful for you guys. And you guys made this a very stellar evening. I don't even mind that I went over by literally a half an hour. Oh my gosh. I'm a little bit concerned that my husband's not home yet. And I have no text message from him either. I have a lot of text messages from my in-laws though. Oh my word. Sorry, I'm going to track my husband real quick and see if I can find him because he's usually home by now. Time to serve dinner to the fam bam. See you all again soon. Love and blessing to y'all. Have a great night, Renee. Always great when I can catch you live. I'm glad you were here, Beth. Thank you so much for coming. This was awesome. Love y'all. Oh, I love you all too. 10 p.m. here, chatting and watching from my bed. Well, Melissa, it is time for bed. Let me tell you what. I need to go and get myself ready for bed because my husband, he's still at the gym. He thinks he's like, I need to start going to bed at like 10 o'clock. I'm like, that means you got to get home later or earlier than 9. Like, what? So he's still at the gym. Awesome. In downtown Minneapolis. Oh, Jamie, you caught me just as I was about to sign off. I've been rambling on for an hour and a half. So you're going to have to catch the replay. I need to start my laundry. Yeah. All right. Everybody needs to go. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Y'all made my day. Y'all really made my day. You have a question unrelated to diet. Type it real fast and I'll answer it. Go ahead. Good night off to everybody. Have a good night. You'll catch the next one. I'll give you about 30 seconds. If you want to ask it now. If not, you can ask me next week. That's totally up to you. Yeah, but this was so fun. Oh, you guys make me so happy. You really, really do. I have the greatest community. My boyfriend recently just started traveling every week and I'm having trouble coping. Oh, that is so... All right. So we need to get into this. You should email me or something. But what you need to do is like, so I'm assuming does he travel Monday through Thursday, like my husband used to, and is home on the weekends. So I'm gonna run under the assumption you're doing something like that. Do your best to use the days that he's gone for you. You literally have the power to do whatever you want. Whatever you want, and he's not there. You can have whatever you want for dinner. You can wait to clean the house until Thursday. Like, it's you time. Watch your TV. Treat yourself to something. But then make sure that the time you guys do have together is sacred. Like, we started Friday night date nights because we didn't see each other during the weeks. Like, Friday night, non-negotiable was Eric and me, no exceptions. Like, so you gotta strike that balance. So savor the time that you're together and use that time well, but pick up a new hobby, read some books, binge watch some Netflix, get into a new workout routine, go out with the girls. You can do whatever you want while he's gone, So that's pretty much like my quick, oh good, she's playing. That's my quick advice for you. Try to make the weekend special. Thank you. It's so tricky. I'm a nursing student. Okay. So throw yourself into that, but just make sure you reserve time. Plan it ahead. When like Sunday night, when you guys are getting ready to go about your weeks, be like, this day, this time, this one, it's you and me, babe. And make that special. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay? No problem, Jamie. No problem at all. All right. On that note, guys, I'm going to sign off. Take care. I love you all. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you later.